A little bit different again today. We've had a morning full of drizzle and westerly wind, and now, according to windfinder.com, it's one of the weather apps I use a lot and generally very accurate. They say it's going to be dry until later on this evening, and the wind is going to go around slightly more southwest rather than west, which is good for Cape for the seabirds. So I'm going to a spot where I've not taken you before. I'm going to go up to the Beehive, and then depending what is passing, I might go down to the Slab, which is on the start of the Blamnon path. And I'm not going out there because the rocks will be very slippery, and I've got wellies on, so that is a no-no. But I'm looking forward to getting to the Slab again. I've not been there for a long time. But as you can see, there is no blue sky anywhere. Anyway, I'll catch you when I get a little bit farther along the track. As you're walking along the track, I do the CES ringing in. That's the bog out there. This is it. Hopefully it will stay dry. Hopefully it won't get too sunny. It's very difficult to go sea watching for birds when the sun is shining on the water. Here we go, up the hill. Well, it's not up the hill yet. We're just walking up the track. We're going to stop walking because it's you can see I'm not holding the camera at all steady. We just had a couple of chuffs. Here's the bog. Turn around. Oops. Rip my glasses to pieces. What else we had? 25 starlings. 15, a flock of 15 linnets. A butterfly just whizzed past there. I've got no idea what that was. I don't know if this is going to look flat or whether it's going to look like I'm climbing uphill. It's very much the latter of those two. It certainly ain't flat. Whew. So there you go, that's the mizzen. And Mount Gabriel in the distance. And the bill a lot closer to us on Cape, and the wheatear fields, and I'm nearly at the top. Go where a little dip on the horizon there. That's where I'm heading. There's a chuff calling. I'm heading there, and then go under a fence, over a wall, across some bracken, and then down what I'm hoping is not going to be a slippery slope. I've been down a few of those personal ones. I don't want to go down a physical one. It's a weird atmosphere up here this afternoon. It can only be 3 o'clock. And yet, the light and the atmosphere just makes it feel like it's late afternoon, you know, like 5, 6. Weird. Maybe it's the... No, it's not nothing, it's just weird. So we're over the wall, under the fence. I'll choose the other way round. Under the fence and over the wall. Into this lovely little heather field. not the right phrase, but do. And we're going to initially go to the Beehive just to see how much is passing. And the Beehive is just down over there. A flock of linnets flying along in front of me, about 30. Moving on to the ones I saw earlier on. Ones I saw earlier on this walk, and there was some I had this morning. So we must be getting on for 100 on the island, on the south of the island. Counting any that may be up east. So we're about to see Blannon on the westerly side, and the Beehive a lot closer to it. Been a long time since I was out on the tip of Blannon. Long time. And it'll be a long time, if ever, before I get out there again, I should imagine. I don't have any plans to do so. I'm not afraid to say it. Not many folk who go out there now, if any. Certainly not for sea watching. I've said it before, there's too many places on Ireland that are so much easier to get to, and you can watch from the car. But this used to be the Mecca. The Beehive here, Park Beehive, built by birdwatchers as a shelter, so they can do the sea watching. And I dare say you can hear the wind. You'll notice the difference when I get down in there. Mary Beth and I always used to say this bit of rock, which is part of the bedrock, I believe, on the island, looked a little bit like Lundy. We always like sitting up here. So the way I do my timed sea watch counts is I have the scope here set up, looking out there, and I will got my phone set here for 1 minute and 5 seconds on a timer. When I push start, by the time I've got my eye to the eyepiece and looking, that will be down to 1 minute, and then I just count what's going through. Generally stick to one species if there's not much happening, so I stick with Manxies, and if when I stop, I record what I've seen in that 1 minute, and I will do maybe like 3 or 4 1 minute counts in the hour, just random times. I don't pick when there's a whole load of birds moving through. I think, right, okay, I'm going to start counting now. Boom, off you go, and then extrapolate up to 60 minutes. We did have an alcohol-induced argument discussion, shall we say, one evening, with people who said you should count for 60 minutes, complete, total. And I don't think you can do that with every species. I don't think your brain is capable of doing that. Your eyes certainly aren't. And you're missing stuff in and out. You can't count every species as they're going by. So we agreed to disagree, but we had an independent viewer, watcher, birder who came out with us the following day, and 3 of us there, 3 different methods. I did my 3 or 4 1 minute counts. The guy, he did his 60 minute count, and somebody else said that they had done one 15 minute count of all the species. And I can't remember what the total was, but it was somewhere around it. We had someone, no, we all came up with our totals, and it was somewhere around about 4,500, but we were within 300 of each other. So, I mean, which one was right, really? But it gives, if I do 4 1 minute counts, it gives me more time to look for other stuff. And you can chill out and relax occasionally if you want to. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to start a 1 minute count, and I'll get the scope in focus first before I start, and I will go now. Well, that's not going to break any records. And 13 in that first minute. But hopefully as the afternoon, early evening wears on, it will get better. 13 Manxies, 4 gannets. I'll put them in, and two formers. I'll put that in, 13, 4 and 2. There's a lot of auks, razorbills and guillemots sitting on the water out there. Most of them are guillemots. I've seen a few as in half a dozen razorbills, maybe 30 or 40 guillemots, but there's, I don't know, maybe 100, 150 auk-spa, as we call them. They're just too far away, too much of a little dot. You can see they're auks, but you wouldn't be able to tell which ones they are at that range. Anyway, I'm going to go down. It's so quiet up here, and we're too high up really for a decent sea watch. So I'm going to pack up a little bit and go down to the slab. I'll try and film a little bit of going down the slope. I will show this little bit here. When the waves are crashing onto Blannon there, when we're sitting on the other side of that, you can hear this swell and surge coming up. You never really saw whether it was going to come up over the top. It never did, but it was a worrying type. I was always expecting it to. I suppose if it did, I wouldn't be here to be talking about it. But yeah, that's a long way down there. And we are going to zigzag our way down here. I'll try and keep it as stable as possible. Poor flock of linnets I keep disturbing. No trouble with coming down here. It's a bit like going down to Pilot's Quay on Lundy. Or down to the pyramid there as well. When you get down there, there's a little nagging thought in the back of your head all the time you're there. You've got to go back up again. Doing the North Light steps. Stuff of nightmares. So this is the Slab, SLAB, and it's a good little shelter spot to sit. As you can see, birders have years gone by have made comfortable little seats. That's where I'm going to be in a minute. In perfectly good weather, as it really is today, and I might end up out here as well. Is perch yourself here, looking out there, and that's Blannon, the end of. I'm almost at the very tip, the southern tip of inhabited island. There's not much further south than that little bit of rock where it disappears into the water. Well, Fastnet Lighthouse. So I will now set up. See great backbacks and young gannets diving out there. The tail end of the race. Whoosh. No, it's too far out for the camera, I'm pretty sure. So I've just done a probable first anyway, for any bird watcher on Cape. I'm sat here at the Slab. I've got a WhatsApp message saying that a gang of the Capers are organising a Chinese takeaway, excuse me, for tomorrow evening. And I received photographs of the menu and was asked if I could phone in my order, which I've just done from the Slab. Phoned up the Chinese takeaway in Skib. I put my order in, paid for it, and is going to be collected tomorrow by Geraldine and brought out on the last ferry. And people think we're cut off here. Brilliant, excellent stuff. I'll let you know how it tastes. It's very well worth coming down there now. I've got an adult slab skull, as in sabine skull. Wow, right in close. It's just amazing. Whoa, what a picture that is. That is very much the best view I've ever had of a sabine skull. I got it right in on the, managed to get the telescope on it and zoomed it right into, I wasn't quite 60 times mag, but full frame in the scope, absolutely glorious. I mean nothing to any non-bird watcher, but any birder that's out there will know exactly what I'm talking about. Nice view of the arch right over there on the other side of Blannon, other side of South Harbour. Blannon, it's been very quiet. It's a bit early for the main Manxie passage for the evening. Oh, excuse me, wind. But now, I've got to go there. Not straight up. It's a long climb home. At least let's try. When it's wet, it's horrible, this walk. It's slippery. And I've got my wellies on, which is pretty horrible. Not perfect. Not perfect footwear for this job. There's going to be lots of grunting and stopping and probably lots of editing and cutting out. Oh, yeah. I shouldn't have eaten all those fig rolls when I was down there. I just have to keep telling myself it was worth it for a slab skull. It's very worth it for a slab skull. Best view ever, for me anyway, from the land. There's slightly closer ones from the boat, but that was just stunning. That's where we're going. We used to go along there, which you can get so far along, and then the footpath just disappears now because it's not been used for so long. Back in my youth, I used to run along there. Good God. It's been mad. It's weird, isn't it? How you age makes you feel less secure on your feet. Somewhere up here there used to be a little path. Yeah, well, this is the path. And there's wheat here as well somewhere. Time for a little breather, I think. It's a long way up there. Nice view though when you stop, sit down, and just have a look at things. Nothing but the sound of the sea and the wind. And my heavy breathing probably. Time to get these wellies moving again. I packed the telescope away in my backpack, so I'm kind of half afraid to look out with my bins in case it's the increase in movement. I'll have to stop and unpack everything again. Not that I'm going to. But good Lord. All these rabbit holes up here, and the number of rats that we have on the island. If we could get rid of the rats, we'd have Manxies back, I'm sure, and puffins. Oh, we're nearly there. They'll be in the top. Lovely walking through the heather. And the white clover there. Moths of some sort flitting around. I'm sure Jeff will put me right. I'm pretty sure there's ling type of heather here. Crossleaf, I think, that one. And I'm sure there's bell somewhere. That's the three sorts we got here on the island. That's it, I'm back out. Back in the field. Over the wall, under the fence. I hope this afternoon isn't the afternoon where Pat has decided to put the cows back out here. We'll find out in a minute. Oh. We're on the way home. Hooded crow. No wheat ears yet. And no buff-breasted sandpipers. Total disappointment. 2 rabbits. Woo-woo. 2 healthy rabbits, which is nice to see. Sorry, farmers. There's a wheat here, you might not see it. Just by the yellow ragwort flowers. Gone, of course. Just breaking the surface now. Breaking the horizon. Despite the fact there weren't that many Manxies, or gannets, or fulmars. It was a successful little trip out to the slab. If only to remind me that I can still do it, still find it. No, and still get back up from it. It was lovely to see the sabs and the kittiwakes. And a couple of wheat ears, 4 wheat ears now. And we're just wandering home. Looking forward to a cup of coffee. It'd be quite a pleasant idea. Although by the time I get home, the sun might be past the yard arm. Then it was the awful decision, G&T or wine. I hate decisions on Wednesdays.